2017 Hot 6 GSL Season 1 on Code S.
It's time to start game number 4. Right now, Stats with a 3-0 lead. Can SoO do what seems to be the impossible? Win 4 games in a row after losing everything he's played so far.
In our long history of the GSL Code S Finals, it's only happened once before. And SoO has lost 4 GSL Finals before. Stats say that this is in Stats' favor. Okay, like this is the most uphill battle. If SoO comes back and wins this, he is a flying man, and he will probably win the next couple GSLs.
I think so.
He will. I mean, the type of confidence this victory could give him.
This is basically the hardest thing anyone will ever have to have done in StarCraft 2 history. Come back and win 4-0 after he's already lost 4 finals. He's in his 5th finals now. He has yet to become a GSL Code S champion. Nobody has gotten this far this many times and fallen from grace.
Yeah, no, it's too much tasteless. The storyline is too heavy. Like, if he is not mentally defeated right now, that is a champion right there, okay? This is going to be, like, every game he has to play his absolute best. Echo is it. Let's do it.
All right, this is game number 4. Can SoO come back with 4 wins, or is Stats going to close it out? This is Season 1 of this year, 2017, in the GSL Code S Finals. In the upper left, in the red, he needs to turn this series around. And in the bottom right, with a 3-0 lead in this best of 7.
Slice Stats.
And let's not forget that Stats has been in many finals of his own and not yet achieved that. Many of those that looked like he was going to win.
Yeah, and I mean, some of SoO's finals did look like that as well, but
yeah,
at this point you have to ask if this has become a mental challenge that he's not ever going to overcome. I still want to believe, Tasteless. I still want to believe that he can do this and take down Stats and make this Cinderella story, as you have so accurately called it, real.
Or there's a chance here that SoO may lose this game and turn into a pumpkin at midnight.
Yeah.
That's the other possibility, Genesis.
He may turn into a pumpkin on the stage, man, when he has to once again answer questions from Caster Pryor and Fury about why he lost.
That's going to be incredibly painful.
How many times can you ask a guy what it's like to get second place after he's tried his heart out? It's almost too much. I almost want to, like, if Stats wins this, just like turn the stream off. Be like, all right, guys, that's it. I'm sorry, this is too much. I don't want to watch poor SoO have a heartbreaking moment once again.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see what happens. We've got a fast expanding Protoss here. I'm assuming we're probably going to see a Stargate Tech, but you know, when you're up with 3 wins and your opponent hasn't beaten you yet, you're really allowed to do all sorts of crazy experimental builds.
Yeah. He can do anything that he likes right now.
Something that, you know, might be risky, but if it works, you just win.
Hell, you could just do an Adept all-in. You can go Sky Toss. This map, you can play pretty much any strat, so...
I suppose there probably is some merit in simply trying this Adept harass that he's been doing successfully in all these other games as well. It does not seem like SoO is tactically able to keep up once Stats starts shading his Adepts in all these different directions.
Which is funny, because that's like basically all SOS did against him, and he shut it down for the most part, like really well. But Stats has done a good job of kind of hiding a lot of that, so...
You got to wonder how much Stats probably studied the Adept shape movement of SOS and then tried to alter the way that he was approaching the game.
Absolutely, that's some good intel for him if he wants to try that same type of style, but...
Okay, he's got...
Proxy Stargate.
Yeah. More like a hidden Stargate than really a proxy.
Yeah,
it's kind of tucked away, but it's just in a location that's unlikely for Zerg to identify it. That doesn't mean he's going to do something radically different from the other games we've seen.
Stargates.
Oh, excuse me, look at this. One in the main, one in the bottom left.
I feel like I'm watching the old Liquid Hero right now. This is kind of crazy. Now, what does he do out of this? This could be a mass Oracle game. It could even be a mass Void Ray game. There were some old 2 Stargate builds like that.
Well, Stats is going to show us that in just a few minutes as we see what the initial tech is. You know, the difference between 1 Stargate and 2 is so tremendous. You can truly be blindsided by a completely shocking number of air units hitting you at the right moment, and you just don't have enough, and then you can lose all your workers. I mean, things can fall apart. Deception is such a large part of StarCraft. A lot of times people think about StarCraft, they think about the economics, the tactics, but StarCraft is also a game about lying, about deception.
Yes, it is.
And Stats might be telling the biggest lie that we're going to see in this entire series, and it could completely blindside SoO, and he could just fall apart.
Well, people liken this game to chess all the time, but poker is just an accurate comparison.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing right now. He's banking up to 4 oracles, and this is crazy because even with, if you have 2 oracles and there's a spore and a queen, you're still getting 8 drones. You come in with 4 oracles or 6 oracles, you can kill the queen, you can kill the spore, you can kill all the drones.
Yeah, 4 oracles, not even just in this matchup, but in the other matchups as well. If you come in and they're just not ready, they will be hit by everything. And the damage, it snowballs so fast because oracles just deals damage so quickly. By the way, I do not believe the Stargate has been spotted at all here.
No, it
so
hasn't.
we are gearing up to have these oracles rush in. I believe right here, right now. No, he's actually going to keep him back. He has. Oh no. Okay, he's going to send him. Excuse me.
2 Void Rays on the way. Now look at this. 3 queens and a spore. He is in such good shape to have these units here. This is enough to hold off 4 oracles overall. Like this will slow them down a lot.
Here we go. He's coming in.
Oh my God! And look at this. Micro already with transfusions. SoO holding on tight. Oh my God! A perfect hold.
He bounced him right off. That was a very big investment with those oracles, and so far it does not pay for itself.
No, these oracles have done absolutely nothing except cost Stats an arm and a leg to get them. What will he get done? Mass roaches coming in. There are some force fields. There are some Void Rays. So this will not necessarily kill him, but with the huge amount of speedlings he just made, there is that possibility he can break through the front.
Yeah, thank God for him. He made those Void Rays. That can deflect the counterattack there by those roaches. Now laying these traps. We've already seen SoO having a hard time with this, and it's beginning to work again.
This is crazy. Look at how many drones he's already stasis after such a failed first attack.
You know what's funny about this is with this many oracles, he can basically try to lay those traps at every single mining location for SoO over and over.
It's true.
And you know, with SoO having so many expansions so far, it's really hard to have your screen at the right place at the right time, and I don't feel like SoO's had that much practice against this specific tactic in StarCraft 2. We really haven't casted games where this was a thing before.
Again, people have tried it occasionally, but we never see more than 1 or 2 go off. It's not this constant thing. But I tell you what, Tasteless, I am not playing Zerg on the ladder this week.
No. So we have 4 Void Rays out here. Problem with this is if you look at the economic investment of 4 oracles so far in this game and then 4 Void Rays, this is a lot of gas that's been spent that could have been put towards other types of tech. Here we go!
Oh, even the eggs. I've never even seen that.
Yeah.
But okay, that's cool. Wow, it stops them building and everything. Those are overlords, so he might even be supply cap from that. Well, I guess he's not in this case, but
that's got to be so frustrating. He's continuing to make these Void Rays. He's definitely going for a defensive game here. Well, he just continuously tries to hiccup the economy here for SoO.
This is a very old style charge lot Void Ray. This is like from Heart of the Swarm in the beginning. People were trying out this type of style. So very old school play here by Stats, but with this many Hydras coming out and roaches in the front to buffer against the Zealots, I don't know that this is going to be able to hold on, really.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, this is a lot of Hydras. Hydras just shred Protoss air units. He has torn down the rocks, although he's rotating now in between the second and the third. Will he fully commit?
A lot of Hydras still coming down right now. He has so many units. Overcharge goes off one of them at least.
We know he's fully committing because he's sending queens with his further transfuses. Possibly waiting for this pylon cannon to finish its charge.
Here we go. The Void Ray's coming up. Force field's going down. The Hydra's getting some pretty big damage down, and the Void Rays have to be pulled back.
I don't know if this is going to be enough. It looks like we're beginning to see the start of a comeback. This could be the game that SoO finally wins. He's pushing forward. I'm not sure if there's enough to defend. Right now, Stats is desperately trying to hang on here. But these Void Rays and Zealots might not be enough.
A lot of Zealots coming out, charging forward. Only Void Rays left over. Stats has to retreat, and SoO is marching towards his first victory.
He's coming in here right now. The Void Rays and the Force Fields being angled to try to optimize their damage. But now the Hydras press in here. Will he have enough to actually hold this off? The Queens are going to go down. So many Void Rays. So much anti-air though here for the Zerg.
Oh my god, somehow, some way these Force Fields have really helped him out. Only a couple Void Rays left over, but he's killed off most of the Zerg forces.
He has managed to separate the second and third base here for Protoss. Does he push in further here? We do still see more Hydras rally down here. It's going to be very tough for Stats to get a proper angle with SoO. I think it's only one sentry with his army.
Yeah.
Force fields are really what's keeping him in the game.
And, well, he can't even make anymore because Cybernetics Core died. It's only halfway through reconstruction.
That's true.
Pumping out an Immortal to help as well, but these units don't do as well against Hydras.
Right now, Stats is hanging on by a thread. He's continued to press in. He's going to be able to get over here and possibly shut down the power for the Robo.
Oh, he's pushing forward so strongly right now, and a lot of Zealots coming down, but not great surface area. The Void Rays still adding in a ton of damage. Even more Queens making their way down, but SoO continues to push forward.
The Roaches and Hydras are coming in. I think this is the beginning of the end. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and SoO should be able to shut down the third base for Stats.
Still somehow two Void Rays picking away at these units.
GG! It's happening. It has started. SoO manages to win game 4 in a convincing fashion. However, that was a little bit of a gimmicky strat there from Stats. I don't believe we're going to see him do that again. Can SoO continue to pull it off against a more traditional approach here from Stats, perhaps going back to what's already worked? Strategies from games 1 and 3.